Everyone's talking about San Jose's cooling market in 2025. But when you dive into the hyper-local data neighborhood by neighborhood, which is exactly what I do with my clients every day, you'll discover that reality tells a completely different story. While inventory has increased 5.4% year over year, what nobody's discussing is how this subtle shift is dramatically transforming which neighborhoods command premium prices. This isn't just theory. I'm seeing this play out in real transactions week after week with families just like yours. Are you thinking about making a move in San Jose's real estate market? Before you jump into any decisions about buying or selling, there's one critical insight about our current market that most people completely miss. The median home price in San Jose has reached between $1.35 million and $1.5 million, representing a 2% to 12% increase compared to last year. What I'm seeing firsthand with my clients is that while prices are still climbing, they're moving at a much different pace than during those frenzied pandemic years when homes were selling in hours with dozens of offers. Did you know San Jose's market is actually outperforming both California and national averages for home price growth? While California as a whole is seeing about 3% growth and the national average sits around 2.6%, San Jose continues to show stronger appreciation thanks to our position as a global tech hub and the persistent imbalance between housing supply and buyer demand. So, what does all of this mean for you? If you're a buyer waiting for prices to drop significantly, I need to be completely transparent. The data I'm seeing every day with my clients suggests you might be waiting a very long time. The strong demand from our tech industry continues to push prices upward, especially in key neighborhoods that I'll reveal in just a minute. For sellers, you can still expect strong returns on your property, but you'll need to be much more strategic with pricing and presentation. The days of simply listing any property and watching an automatic bidding war erupt are largely behind us. Let me show you what's really happening with inventory in San Jose. Active listings have increased about 5.4% compared to last year, bringing us to around 1,100 homes on the market at any given time. But even with this increase, our inventory remains dramatically below pre-pandemic levels. I'm working with several buyers right now looking for single-family homes between $1.5 million and $1.8 million, and they're facing some of the most competitive situations I've seen in my career. What most people don't realize is where this inventory increase is actually coming from. Through my daily work with sellers across the city, I've noticed most of the new inventory is specifically coming from condos and new townhome developments, not the single-family homes that most buyers are searching for. This creates what I call a tale of two markets. One for condos and townhomes where buyers might have slightly more breathing room, and another for single-family homes where competition remains incredibly fierce. This inventory situation directly impacts how long homes stay on the market. The median days on market in San Jose is currently about 21 days. Properties in prime locations are still moving incredibly quickly, especially in the most desirable neighborhoods. Multiple offers haven't disappeared either. I'm seeing about 40 to 70% of homes still selling above list price, often by 5 to 6% or more. In hot neighborhoods like Cambrian Park and Evergreen, bidding wars continue to be common, and I'll share a specific strategy for winning these competitive situations later. The reality that I'm seeing every day with my clients is that inventory levels vary dramatically by neighborhood, and knowing which areas offer the best opportunities for your specific situation can make all the difference in your home search. But before we look at those neighborhood-specific trends, let me show you exactly how interest rates are changing the game for both buyers and sellers in 2025. Take a second right now to subscribe to this channel if you want the real, unfiltered truth about San Jose's real estate market that you won't find in those generic headlines. I break down hyper-local data from specific neighborhoods that my clients are using to make smart decisions in this evolving market. I talk to buyers and sellers just like you every day, and I'm committed to sharing exactly what's working right now. Hit subscribe and let's navigate this unique Silicon Valley market together. What most people don't realize about San Jose's 2025 market is how dramatically buyer and seller dynamics have transformed since that slowdown we experienced in 2023. I'm seeing firsthand with my clients how buyers are returning to the market in surprisingly strong numbers. Before you jump into this market, there's one thing you need to know about what's driving this renewed buyer interest. 3 key factors are shaping buyer activity right now. First, while San Jose remains a global tech hub and long-term job prospects are strong, the start of 2025 saw significant tech layoffs across Silicon Valley, leading to a more cautious but still active pool of buyers. Second, although the tech sector is evolving with growth in areas like AI and cloud computing, overall employment stability is still recovering from recent cutbacks and confidence in gradually returning as the pace of layoffs slows. Third, and this is crucial, many buyers believe San Jose home prices have stabilized after recent corrections, motivating them to move forward rather than wait for further declines that aren't materializing in this market. On the seller side, I'm noticing homeowners becoming much more strategic about their approach. Did you know they're no longer automatically pricing low with the expectation of massive bidding wars? Instead, they're setting prices that are better aligned with today's buyer expectations. Even with this shift, sellers remain confident because of our low supply and the strong demand fundamentals that make San Jose such a special market. This evolving market requires both buyers and sellers to be more sophisticated in their approach. If you're a buyer, you need to be prepared to act quickly when the right property appears, but also be strategic about which properties are truly worth competing for. I'll give you my exact framework for identifying these high-value opportunities when we discuss investment strategies later on. For sellers, understanding your specific neighborhood market is absolutely critical. Pricing appropriately based on recent comparable sales rather than relying solely on market momentum to drive multiple offers. Now, let me show you how interest rates are playing a crucial role in San Jose's current market dynamics. San Jose's housing market continues to display remarkable resilience, and it all comes down to our position as a global tech hub that attracts high-income professionals from around the world. Remember when everyone predicted remote work would empty out Silicon Valley? I hear this misconception from clients all the time. The reality I'm seeing every day with the tech employees I work with is that most major companies have moved to hybrid models requiring at least some in-office time. This keeps driving stronger demand for housing with reasonable commutes to employers like Google, Apple, and Meta. Did you know I'm seeing completely different trends at different price points across San Jose? Those entry-level homes priced between $1.5 million to $1.8 million face the most intense competition, with multiple offers still common on well-priced properties. Meanwhile, luxury homes above $3 million are in more balanced market, with buyers having slightly more negotiating power. Before I share which neighborhoods are seeing the most dramatic changes in 2025, let me tell you about one surprising market shift that's creating hidden opportunities most buyers are completely missing. That's right, there's a transformation happening that's reshaping San Jose's real estate landscape, one that most agents haven't even recognized yet. What I'm seeing firsthand with my clients is that San Jose is experiencing a major shift in neighborhood preferences, completely rewriting the rules about where value is found in 2025. Before you jump into any real estate decisions this year, there's one thing you need to know. The traditional hierarchy of desirable neighborhoods has fundamentally changed since the pandemic. I've watched this unfold with hundreds of buyers I've guided through the process. Areas that were once considered primarily commuter neighborhoods are now seeing incredible demand as buyers prioritize space, amenities, and quality of life over proximity to tech campuses. This is creating genuine opportunities in neighborhoods that even 6 months ago, many buyers would have overlooked. Did you know that neighborhoods in South San Jose like Santa Teresa and Blossom Valley are now seeing stronger price growth, 45% year over year, than some areas closer to major tech campuses? The buyers I work with today are willing to accept slightly longer commutes, a few days per week, when they can get significantly more house and better value in return. Areas near outdoor recreation spots like Almaden Valley are commanding premium prices too. I've witnessed firsthand how the pandemic permanently changed what matters most to San Jose homebuyers. Now there's a dramatic shift toward prioritizing living space, dedicated home offices, and access to hiking trails and outdoor activities. The neighborhoods seeing the biggest benefit from this shift are those offering that perfect balance of space, amenities, and reasonable, but not necessarily minimal, commute times. Now, let me break down exactly what market experts are predicting for San Jose through 2025 and into 2026. Most forecasts point to continued price increases, but at a more sustainable pace than we've seen in recent years, generally between 2.5% and 4.2% over the next 12 months. Here's something surprising. Not every expert agrees on where our market is headed. Zillow's forecast is actually more cautious, suggesting a possible 2.9% price drop from February 2025 to February 2026. They're particularly concerned about interest rates and potential volatility in the tech sector. But there's one consistent theme across all expert analysis. San Jose will remain one of the country's strongest and most expensive real estate markets long-term. Our persistent supply shortages combined with Silicon Valley's economic strength simply won't allow for any major corrections. The Bay Area breakdown from March 2025 confirmed this trend, noting that San Jose home prices have surpassed 1.5 million, making an 8% increase in the past year, far outpacing both national and state trends. They expect prices to continue rising due to our chronic supply shortages, but possibly at a slower pace in the second half of the year. I'll break down what this means for specific property types when we get to the neighborhood analysis coming up. What makes 2025 different from previous years is the sense of stabilization we're finally seeing in the market. After those modest corrections in 2023 and early 2024, our market is finding solid footing again. While price growth isn't as explosive as it was during the pandemic, it's steady and positive across most neighborhoods. We're seeing slightly more inventory now, giving buyers more choices, but not enough to shift any significant power away from sellers. Affordability continues to be the biggest challenge, with high entry costs keeping many potential buyers sidelined. But those who can afford to buy are facing less frenzied competition than during those pandemic years when homes were selling in hours with dozens of offers. San Jose continues to be a complete outlier compared to national trends. Our price gains are far outpacing state and national averages, and our market is more insulated from broader slowdowns because of our unique economic drivers and the persistent low inventory I mentioned earlier. Now, let me break down what all this means for each neighborhood in San Jose and where you'll find the best opportunities right now. In Willow Glen, median prices are now hitting around $2 million, up about 7 to 14% year over year. Those charming tree-lined streets and walkable downtown continue to command a premium. Most homes here are selling within a week of listing, and multiple offers remain the norm rather than the exception. Cambrian Park continues to be one of the hottest spots for families in 2025, with median prices around $2 million, climbing approximately 4% year over year. The winning combination of top-rated schools, relatively larger lots, and central location keeps drawing buyers in droves. Did you know homes in Cambrian Park 95124 are selling 5 to 8% above asking, especially those within the most sought-after school boundaries? Over in Almaden Valley, luxury properties are performing exceptionally well. The median price now tops $2.3 million, up about 2.5% from last year. This area continues to attract high-income families looking for excellent schools, proximity to hiking trails, and those larger lot sizes that are so hard to find elsewhere in San Jose. Through my work with luxury buyers, I've seen properties with views or updated interiors commanding significant premiums, often 10 to 15% above comparable homes without these features. The Google campus development and Diridon Station expansion are creating long-term optimism, but we're still waiting to see the full impact materialize. For buyers with a 5 to 10-year horizon, downtown represents a potential opportunity to get in before values potentially surge. The evergreen area in East San Jose continues to offer relative value while maintaining strong appreciation. Median prices are hovering around $1.48 million, up about 4.5% year over year. I'm seeing many buyers drawn to the combination of newer homes, good schools, and relative affordability compared to West San Jose, especially those working in the East Side tech corridors. North San Jose and Berryessa are definitely benefiting from the BART extension, with median home prices around $1.5 million, up about 4% from last year. The improved transit access combined with proximity to major employers makes these areas increasingly desirable. The new construction, particularly townhomes, is adding some inventory, but demand remains incredibly strong. Don't overlook South San Jose areas like Blossom Valley and Santa Teresa in 2025. These neighborhoods are seeing some of the strongest appreciation rates in the entire city, with prices up 4 to 5% year over year. Median prices remain more accessible at around $1.5 million, making these areas particularly attractive to first-time home buyers and those looking for more space. The shift toward hybrid work has increased demand in these formerly commuter neighborhoods as daily drive time becomes less critical for many buyers. Before we move on to specific buying and selling strategies, let me share one pattern I'm seeing across all neighborhoods. School district boundaries are dramatically affecting values. Properties within the Los Gatos-Saratoga Joint Union High School District or the Cupertino Union School District boundaries consistently command 10 to 15% premiums over similar homes just outside these districts. This home has become one of the strongest predictors of property values, sometimes even more than the physical characteristics of the home itself. Looking at San Jose's neighborhoods is one thing, but knowing how to succeed as a buyer in this competitive 2025 market is another challenge entirely. Let me break down 5 specific strategies that are working right now for buyers in Silicon Valley. First, you absolutely need to get your financing completely locked down before starting your search. Most buyers think a pre-approval letter is enough, but in this market, it's just the minimum. What's making a difference is getting fully underwritten pre-approval. This means the lender has verified all your documents, income, and assets upfront. When sellers see this, they know your financing is essentially guaranteed, giving you a major advantage in multiple offer situations. The second strategy that's working is targeting neighborhoods in transition. Areas near the future BART stations in Berryessa and downtown San Jose are still showing value compared to where their prices will likely be in 3 to 5 years. Same with neighborhoods adjacent to the Google downtown campus development. These areas haven't yet seen the full price acceleration, but they're positioned for strong appreciation once these projects progress further. Third, be strategic about which properties you compete for. Not every home deserves your highest offer. Even in this market, you need to identify properties where the location, condition, and features truly justify going above asking versus situation where patience might yield a better opportunity. This is where having a strategic agent makes all the difference. Understanding when to go all in and when to hold back. Fourth, consider properties that need some updates. Right now in Silicon Valley, buyers are fixated on turnkey homes, creating intense competition for these properties. But if you're willing to take on some cosmetic improvements after closing, you can often avoid the most competitive bidding wars. The kitchen and bathroom updates that scare away many buyers are exactly the projects that can build you instant equity. Last but definitely not least, understand that timing within the year matters more than many people realize. We're seeing more predictable seasonal patterns return to the market. Spring brings more inventory, but significantly more competition from other buyers. Fall often offers a sweet spot with decent inventory and less competition. Summer can be hit or miss, while winter typically has less inventory but more motivated sellers. For move-up buyers facing the challenge of both selling and buying in this market, the winning strategy is usually to sell first to strengthen your buying position. Yes, this might mean temporary housing arrangements, but it puts you in a much stronger position when making offers on your next home. You'll be able to make non-contingent offers that sellers strongly prefer in this competitive environment. If you're considering selling your San Jose home in 2025, the market remains favorable, but strategy matters more than ever. First, pricing strategy has evolved significantly. The practice of deliberately underpricing to spark bidding wars is much less reliable than it was a few years ago. Today's most successful sellers are pricing at or slightly up below market value based on recent comparable sales. This attracts serious buyers while still leaving room for modest appreciation in competitive situations. Second, property preparation is critical in 2025. During the pandemic frenzy, many homes sold with minimal preparation. Today, homes that show well command significant premiums. Professional staging, high quality photography, pre-inspection reports, and addressing obvious repair issues all contribute to stronger outcomes. The return on investment for strategic pre-sale improvements has increased in this more balanced market. Third, timing your sale continues to be important. While San Jose's market is active year-round, the spring market, March through May, typically sees the most buyer activity. However, selling during less competitive seasons can sometimes work in your favor if your home stands out due to less competing inventory. Fourth, consider the specifics of your property and neighborhood when developing your marketing strategy. Different buyer pools respond to different approaches. For example, homes in school-focused neighborhoods like Cambrian should emphasize school information, while downtown condos might highlight lifestyle and amenities. Tailoring your marketing to the most likely buyer dramatically improves results. Fifth, understand the importance of digital marketing in 2025. Today's buyers began their search online, and creating a strong digital presence for your property is essential. This goes beyond just MLS listing to include social media marketing, property websites, virtual tours, and targeted online advertising. The reach and impact of digital marketing have only increased in importance. So, what does all this mean for you if you're thinking about buying or selling in San Jose this year? If you're a buyer, don't wait for a major market correction that may never come. San Jose's fundamentals remain strong, and while price growth has moderated, values continue to increase in most neighborhoods. Focus on buying a property that meets your long-term needs and fits within your financial comfort zone. The benefit of today's more balanced market is that you have time to make thoughtful decisions rather than being forced into snap judgments during intense bidding wars. For first-time home buyers, consider expanding your search to include neighborhoods that weren't originally on your radar. Areas in South San Jose often provide better value while still offering access to what makes the region special. Also, don't overlook condos and townhomes as a path to homeownership in this market. These properties can provide an excellent first step on the property ladder. If you're a seller, it's important to have realistic expectations. While the market remains strong, the days of automatic double-digit appreciation and frenzied bidding wars, regardless of condition, are behind us. Focus on presenting your property in its best possible light, pricing strategically, and working with an agent who has a comprehensive marketing approach. Properties that show well and are priced correctly continue to sell quickly and for strong values. For homeowners planning to stay put, this is an excellent time to evaluate whether a refinance makes sense if you purchased or last refinanced when rates were higher. Additionally, consider whether adding an ADU could increase your property's value or provide rental income to help offset your mortgage costs. For investors, San Jose continues to offer strong long-term potential despite high entry costs. Focus on value-add opportunities, properties with ADU potential, or emerging neighborhoods where infrastructure improvements are planned or underway. While cash flow can be challenging in this high-priced market, the combination of appreciation, rental growth, and tax benefits still makes San Jose attractive for certain investment strategies. The bottom line for San Jose's real estate market in 2025 is that it remains highly competitive and expensive, but the breakneck price growth of recent years is giving way to more measured appreciation. Inventory is rising slightly, but not enough to meet demand, especially for single-family homes in prime locations. The market is stabilizing, not crashing, with buyers and sellers acting more strategically. While the landscape has evolved, the opportunity for building wealth through property ownership remains strong. I've seen firsthand how buyers who approach this market with clear goals, realistic expectations, and strategic thinking are finding success despite the headlines about affordability challenges. So, if you're thinking about making a move in San Jose this year, I'd love to help you navigate this unique market. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, a growing family, or someone considering selling your property, my team and I provide the hyperlocal expertise you need to make smart decisions. Email me at amanda@amandavang.com about your real estate goals. And before you go, click on my San Jose Neighborhood Guide video next to see which areas are seeing the biggest transformation in 2025. See you there!